Invocation will be by Chris Gurley. Pledge allegiance by Commissioner Joe Daughtry. We will do the approval minutes for November the 19th and December the 2nd, 24. Discussion adjustment of agenda.
No adjustments.
No
at this time.
adjustments? Okay. That's good. We'll have a special presentation by Wayne County Hero Spotlight up by Jay's Kitchen. And then the appointment committee. Motion to reappoint Martha Bryan as Senior Tar Heel Legislator and Sue Carter as the alternate. Motion to appoint Jessica Drennan to Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, replacing Melissa Reese of Trillion. Motion to appoint Freeman Hardison Jr. and Dr. Joe DeMacco to the Wayne County Health Corporation Board of Directors, replacing Kate Daniels and Dr. Anthony Ham, whose terms have expired. Motion to reappoint Jonathan Holland to the Wayne County Fireman Relief Fund Board Trustees.
Madam Chair.
You good with that, Jack, Chris?
Yeah. Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I did have a question. I'm sorry I was late this
That's
morning,
okay.
but my question is, on Martha Bryan, what is the duties of a senior Tar Heel legislator?
The best that I can tell you is that she advocates for our senior groups that we have, be it the adult care or nursing home or senior center. And so they have one representative and one alternate, and Martha has been doing a great job. And she works very closely with Paula Edwards and others there at the senior center.
So it's basically advocating for the seniors. And
That is
senior
correct.
And the legislative.
Right, right. Well, I didn't know whether or not she was advocating for the county and the city, but it was for the seniors.
For the county.
Peggy Seegers was a long time, had that position forever. and
Right.
Martha was the alternate when Peggy was.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
And Martha knows how to talk.
She does that.
She does. She's a go-getter. All right, we will recess the Wayne County Board of Commissioners meeting, convene Wayne County Board of Adjustments, and then we'll have a public hearing at 9:30. Anytime anybody wants to speak, please. Board of Adjustment public hearing to receive a public comment on the special use permit by Anita Rouse to establish a child care center at 3750 US Highway 117. The board may choose to take action following the public hearing. Adjourn the County Board of Adjustment meeting. Reconvene Wayne County Board of Commissioners meeting. Consent agenda. Late present use value application.
They've all been vetted by the tax office.
Okay, so do we need to go do anything on the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I'm going
Yes.
to keep interrupting you.
That's okay.
Since we have a new commissioner today, can we ask that there be an explanation in regards to the Board of Adjustment and how that's handled and the purpose of it?
Well, the bo-
Tim, I'm looking after you.
Thank you.
Right. Anytime there's a special use, basically in our zoning ordinance, we have some zoning districts in the county, and so some of those uses are permitted uses, some are special uses. So if they're special uses, it requires that it come before what's called a Board of Adjustment. So this board sits as a Board of Adjustment to kind of review it. It's a public hearing, so it gives an opportunity for us to advertise for that, let neighbors know, give them an opportunity to come in and speak. You kind of sit as what's called a quasi-judicial board, so you kind of hear evidence, you do hear evidence that's presented from both sides. If there's neighbors who are opposed, neighbors in favor, and the applicant, you have to weigh that evidence that's provided. And then you make a decision based on that evidence. And whatever decision you make, it essentially is a final decision that's appealable only through the, I think, the Court of Appeals. But anyway, and so the Board of Adjustment, some counties have a separate Board of Adjustment. You sit as the Board of Adjustment here because we don't really have very many. You might see maybe 2 or 3 a year. sometimes, so, but anyway, any questions on that? Okay.
And you're under oath.
Under oath.
And you sit as a Board of Adjustment because a previous Board of Commissioners did not like the action that the separate Board of Adjustment was doing. Got rid of it.
And one final thing, if I recall, we as commissioners, sitting as, on the Board of Adjustment, we can't do our own research on that issue. We have to rule based upon the evidence presented.
Right, so you have to be very careful. A lot of times, especially if it's controversial, a neighbor might call you and want to talk to you. If they do, you just can't provide, or you can't take that in consideration in any sort of decision you make. So you have to really be careful with outside communication with people and information they want to provide you outside the meeting, because your decision really can only be made on the information provided at the meeting itself, so.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good explanation. Okay, I'll try not to interrupt you again.
That's
No,
okay.
that's good.
That's good information. It reminds me. All right. We will go to the consent agenda. Late present use value applications. Late property tax exemption applications.
They were vetted by the tax office as
Okay.
well. They're suitable to be accepted.
Do we have any budget amendments? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Angie.
Start off with budget amendment number 159. Sheriff's Office. This is to appropriate funds from the calendar ad sales and public donations to utilize for the sheriff's office needs in the amount of $5,022. Budget amendment number 160. This is for the Health Department. This budget amendment is to realign the payroll budget for the Minority Diabetes Prevention Program to cover hours worked, total amount of $7,500. Budget amendment number 162 is also from the Health Department. This budget amendment is to allocate funds for the 24-25 Agreement Addendum CDC, enhancing seasonal influenza vaccine efforts for farm workers, a total amount of $10,000.
Angie, are these just pass-throughs?
This is not a pass-through. This particular one is a grant.
Oh, okay.
Can you enlarge that a little bit? Or is it my eyes? It looks like the writing's fuzzy.
Looks fuzzy.
All right.
There you go.
Thank
Number 164 is for the Sheriff's Office. This budget amendment is to allocate funds from the sale of a 2013 Chevrolet Tahoe on Gov Deals to the appropriate line item in the amount of $5,800. Budget amendment number 166. The purpose of this budget amendment is to appropriate the funds received for wages for the 24-25 budget in the amount of $308,449. And this one is a pass-through.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Number 167 is for Sheriff's Office. This is to record the receipt of revenues for controlled substance tax from Department of Revenue in the amount of $180.11. And then the last three items are all dealing with ARP. So we have come to the end of being able to encumber and assign projects for our funding. So we're having to make sure we move things around to take advantage of all these dollars. So the first one is number 169. This budget amendment is to move unspent ARP funds from the Highway 117 project and to allocate the remaining available portion of revenue loss funds for their use. So we moved $20,388 from a contingency line item to to be used for Ivy Drive. And then we move funds 8,318 from Highway 117. And also 12,000 from grant expenditures. Now, the next document is our amendment to the grant project ordinance. Now, you have been approving grant project ordinance all along the way. NCACC provided us free assistance in reviewing our documentation to make sure that we were abiding by all of the guidelines. This was a suggestion that we received by them to update our grant project ordinance to this format. So this is actually a really good document to look at because this will tell you every single project description and the funding for each one. The only difference between what you approved previously and this one is the column where it says expenditure category. They recommended we add that. So at the very bottom, on the next to the last page, you will see scroll right there. Thank you, Carol. The total funding we received was $23,916,753. We are using $248,446.05 in interest that we've earned for total allocation to projects in the amount of $24,165,119.05. We have encumbered and assigned that total. We have not spent that amount. We have until December 31st, 2026 to spend these funds.
You said December?
December 31st, 2026, to spend them. And the final budget amendment is also ARP. This is budget amendment number 170. The purpose of this one was to move unspent ARP funds to the available line and to correct an over obligation. A total amount of $357,005.47. And that is all that I have.
Any
That's a
questions?
very cumbersome budget amendment.
The whole process.
I'm telling you.
But it has been very beneficial for the county.
Yes,
It has
that.
helped us out tremendously.
Any questions? All right, we'll move on. Motion to approve the final plat for Hanley Acres Phase 2. Barry?
It's Hadley Acres Phase 2. This is a final plat, so it is the end of the process for subdivision. This is the second phase as mentioned. The first phase, actually, this whole subdivision was started probably 15, 20 years ago prior to, I believe, the last recession. And then everything kind of got put on hold after that, and so somebody's finally picked this back up and is producing Phase 2 at this point. There are 25 lots in this phase on 16 acres. This is out on South Beston Road, just south of Highway 70, right when you turn off of Highway 70. It'll be right there on the right, heading south on South Beston Road. The improvements are in, since this is a final plat. We do have a built to standards letter from DOT, basically stating that the roads have been built to their standards. They do have a new access point that comes in off of South Beston into the subdivision, so that one has a built to standards letter as well as the internal streets for this phase as well. Planning Board has reviewed this request and does recommend approval, so I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Barry, when was this first originated, this Hanley's Acres?
Probably, I think it was probably, could have been about 20 years ago. So it's probably in the early 2000s.
It's been a while.
The Tyndall's what started it.
The what?
Last name Tyndall is the one that started it.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Dr. Tyndall's brother that was in Dees and Tyndall?
No, one that stays out from Forest Hills.
What about the previous roads that were paved during that time? Are they DOT confirmed?
They are not, but this part has its own access. So they'll be able to come in. It will connect in with the old phase or the first phase, but this phase actually will have its own access as well into that.
Any questions?
But, so the new phase will be, I mean, I know they're all paved to DOT specs, but, this section of road will be maintained by DOT.
It will. Eventually, once they get enough homes, DOT, you have to have a certain number of homes
Right, right.
occupied, but yeah, their intention is to have it dedicated to DOT for them to take over.
As soon as they get it paved and DOT takes it over, we're gonna start getting complaints from them other homeowners.
That's
Potentially.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Already had 3 calls about roads this week.
But in that petition process, that's up to the homeowners to do that. So their homeowners association would have to petition DOT to take
Right,
those streets. So
right.
it's not up to the county.
Key,
County doesn't reserve that right.
keyword homeowners association.
Correct.
And those streets in that first phase are actually still in really good condition.
Okay.
When all this stuff is discussed, you know, when the planning does the, people, that do they understand that they have to submit for all this? I mean, is this brought forth to them, like,
Yes, nowadays it is, when we go through the process with, when they work with staff, yeah, that's one thing that we make clear with them, that
Okay.
streets, and most of them are nowadays. Most of our new subdivisions, the new phases that come in, at some point do eventually get taken over by DOT. So, so a lot of the developers now are doing that. It's, excuse me, it's fairly standard for them to do so at this point, so.
I didn't know. I
We're
got
not
two-
seeing, yeah, we're not seeing very many that, or I don't know of any new phases that come through now, or new subdivisions where they're not being taken over.
But there's also a document in your paperwork when you purchase a home that discloses whether you are on a state-maintained road or not, and you, the homeowner, the purchaser signs that.
And because years and years ago, that wasn't done. It was, you know, you put in a subdivision and the developer would pave it. And I don't know how long ago it was that they had to be paid to DOT specs, but some of these older subdivisions, I mean, they never thought they'd have this problem.
Yeah, I've got 2 calls this week myself. So that's why I was asking, you know, and wanted to know when the county was gonna start paving roads. You know, I said, the county don't
County's
pave
not
roads.
allowed to pave roads.
Sir,
County's not allowed to be in the road
Oh, I know
business.
that.
Yeah.
that's what I tell them. Any questions for Barry?
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to number 13, motion to approve the sale of county-owned timber, 39.84 acres at Wayne County Landfill, pursuit of the provision NCGS 160A-269.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's a map in front of you. This is a portion of the landfill that the landfill wants to get cleared. It adjoins the Overman Farm property just on the other side over there. So they've solicited bids from, I believe, was it four total bids? This was the highest one, which was $26,359. The next closest was $20,000. Since this still is attached to the ground, is considered real property, so you have to go through the surplus property like you do for all other surplus properties. So what we would do today, just like we do for the other ones, you would approve this offer today, we would advertise it in the paper, and then it would be open for 10 days for upset bids, and anybody could upset that bid. Assuming that there are no upset bids and we move forward, we would enter into a contract which would require them to harvest everything as of right now by the end of next March. And then also, I believe there's some provisions, we've been in discussions with the Overmans about maintaining a 50-foot buffer along that line. But we would enter into a contract that ironed all that out. We did ask the director to be here. I think last week there was some questions about what type of timber and things are on there, so he's available if you have any questions.
That was my question. Is any decent timber on the property?
No, sir, most of the timber is small. Most of pines is either 6 to 10 inch in
Right,
diameter.
right.
So mostly everything's gonna have to be chipped up.
Okay.
There is some sporadic bigger trees, but most everything had to be
Right, well,
chipped.
that was the reason I was asking because of the price. I figured it was kind of undesirable.
And what we were looking at is, we could have went there and pushed it all up, but also to receive little funds off of it. And it makes it easier for us to go in there and dig the stumps if all the
That
timber's
makes
off.
sense.
So,
Okay.
Madam Chair, I got a question, but, so the county's gonna is gonna do the clearing part?
yeah, we're gonna stump it and
Okay,
everything.
gotcha.
And our engineers, it's gonna be our ball pit site where we start digging dirt.
Right.
So, engineers is working on design of that right now, so as soon as they get everything done, we'll start digging.
Thanks, sir.
Did we find out how many acres? We've got 3984 on that, and they're saying it's 35.
Yes, sir, because all on the north side of that property, there is gonna be a whole 50-foot buffer left of timber running on the whole north side of the property. So when you actually consume it down, when the cruisers go in and look at it, they're gonna be more judging actually how much property is they're clearing.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Any more questions on that? Okay, we'll move on to number 14. Motion to approve budget modifications to complete the approved purchase of hydro seeder, originally budgeted in the CIP, but the actual cost is $102,387.50. This will not require a budget amendment, but simply approval to use existing funds to complete purchase.
That's for the landfill as well. Anything else you want to add to that, or? Tell us what the hydro seeder is.
This unit will be replacing a 2007 unit that we currently have. But the hydro seeder, that's what we use to do all our seeding with. It's a big 1,200 gallon tank with a diesel engine with a mixer inside the tank. And what we do is we dump a mulch or a wood mulch or paper mulch in the unit. And we mix all our seed, fertilizer, lime, and all that together. And we actually blow it out on our slopes and everything to seed it instead of drilling it, spreading it.
It germinates quicker that way too.
And it helps with erosion doing it that way, instead of having to blow straw and all that stuff on the slopes.
Madam Chair, I suppose this question is for Chip. If in fact it was already budgeted, why would we have to take any action?
So basically, you approve CIP on the items that they have requested in the total. This was originally budgeted around $70,000. And keep in mind, that was well over a year ago, so the cost of these have increased significantly. It's $102,000 is what
$102,000.
the recent quotes have come in. So they have the funds because other items that they purchased came in lower. They have the funds, but we want to make sure that you're okay with changing what their request was from an amount perspective in their CIP.
But we don't need a budget then?
No, sir.
Okay.
I think it because it come in over 90,000, the commissioners have to approve it, correct?
With that, yes,
That they approved the CIP as it was originally presented. It just needs your approval in order to move forward.
Okay. Thank you.
crossing out.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it.
Government accounting.
All right, we move on to number 15. Motion to adopt a resolution declaring surplus real property, improving the sale of property jointly owned by the county and the town of Mount Olive, located on Gordon and Oliver Street in Mount Olive.
Yeah, these are two vacant properties. They're old foreclosures that I believe we foreclosed on maybe over a decade ago, if not longer. And they've been vacant. The person who made this offer, he regularly buys property at our foreclosure sales, so I'm familiar with him. And he reached out and made an offer on this property for $3,000 total. So if you all approve it today, and we've had no other interest in it, this is the first. We didn't even know that we owned this until he called us. So if you all approve it today, we'll advertise for upset bids, and then we'll send it to the town of Mount Olive for their approval as well.
So it's in the city limits.
It is, and the tax value for each of them looks like it's about $9,000 combined. Maybe just under 10.
Does he have plans for the property, or?
I don't know. He hasn't mentioned it, but
Fudge. It includes the bathroom.
Puts it back on the tax rolls.
yeah.
Yeah, it's worth more if it's got a sewer hookup.
You know, the sewer moratorium is still in effect down in Mount Olivet.
Any questions for Andrew? All right, moving along to number 16, motion to adopt resolution 2024-32, a resolution authorizing Welts Tectonics for the Mount Olive Pickle Drop on December the 31st in the town of Mount Olive, pending approval from Wayne County Inspection Department. Is Dennis gonna be here for this?
No, this is just your standard permit that normally that they apply for. It's all been approved by inspections office, and so it needs your final approval.
Is Dennis still in that business? I think he sold out, didn't he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
out.
he's part of that company because his picture's in the paperwork.
His pictures.
You ain't gonna get rid of none of that. All right, moving on to number 17, motion to approve work authorization number 14 at the Wayne Executive Jetport for the airfield drainage improvements, Phase 2, CATEX. Do we have any information? Any questions on that? Commissioner Daughtry?
No.
I want to look at the map just a minute.
All right,
Is that on the,
So
It's on the
The southern end?
southern end. This is a second phase of the larger and more comprehensive effort currently underway to address the drainage issues out there. And it's all on that south end from the apron to the south, and it's highlighted in that red area on your map.
yeah. While we're talking about the airport, on Airport Road where they finally got the old house torn down, check with Kendall and see if once in a while he can run over that with the bush hog or,
talk Mount Carmel Church Road.
yeah, Mount Carmel
Mount
Church
Carmel.
Road.
I can inquire, yes, sir.
I mean, no big deal, but it's, it's grown back up and we do own it.
And while he's out there with that bush hog, have him go ahead and bush hog that right of way that we bought from Andy Anderson as well. Just keep those trees down.
any more questions? All right, we'll move on to public comments. County Manager's Report, Board of Commissioners Committee Report. Mr. Parker, do we have closed session?
Yes, ma'am. Consult with your counsel to preserve plant.
Okay.
Madam
Ready to
Chair,
do that?
I move we go into closed session.
Okay. Have a motion on the floor to go in closed session? Okay. Let's take a 10-minute break, please. Good morning. I'm going to call December the 17th Wayne County Board of Commissioner meeting to order. This morning, our invocation will be Commissioner Chris Gurley.
Please bow your head and let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us all together this morning. We ask that you give us the wisdom, as always, to make the best decisions for the citizens of our county. We ask you to touch those that have lost loved ones over the past. Bless those that are sick at this time. And at least let's not forget the reason that we celebrate Christmas is the birth of your Son and our Savior Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Gurley. Pledge of allegiance, Commissioner Joe Daltrey.
Please stand and face the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Daltrey. All right, moving on to the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve November the 19th and December the 2nd, 24 minutes? Has everybody had a chance to read and approve?
So moved.
Have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Aycock. All right, passed 7-0. Mr. Crumpler, do we need to put the adjustment on the consent agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, okay.
Add a number 18, a memorandum of understanding between Wayne County and the Wayne County Development Alliance, and that would be under number 18.
Okay, thank you, sir.
With
Do I have a
appropriate
motion to approve the change on the agenda?
So moved.
All right, special presentation.
Presentation by Wayne County Hero Spotlight by Jay's Kitchen.
Good morning.
Morning.
I say this every time, but I mean it every time. This is my favorite thing to do every month. I'm honored to present our hero of the month. At this time, I would like to ask Miss Michelle Estrada if she will come up. We always get people here under secret reasons, so I'm going to brag on Michelle just a minute. Michelle is a true beacon of inspiration in our community. Born in California, raised in Mexico, Michelle's early life laid the foundation of experiences that shaped her into the dedicated leader that she is today. Her academic accomplishments include a bachelor's degree in preschool education and a master's degree from North Carolina State University in Youth, Family, and Community Sciences, which demonstrate her commitment to education and community service. Michelle's story took a pivotal turn when she moved to Wayne County after visiting her sister. What started as a temporary stay with plans to return to Mexico blossomed into a fulfilling life in the United States, where she and her husband chose to pursue the American dream. With a passion for nurturing young minds, Michelle began her career as a Latino outreach coordinator at the Partnership for Children, overcoming language barriers with her determination and her love for education. As a parent educator with parents as teachers, Michelle made a profound impact on families through playgroups, home visits, and vital resources, fostering connections that enrich the lives of many. In 2011, she joined the Cooperative Extension as the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent, where her leadership flourished. Over the years, Michelle has spearheaded programs focusing on family, energy conservation, and volunteerism, while also promoting local foods and nutrition for an impressive 13 years. This June marked a significant milestone in Michelle's career as she was selected to take over as the Extension Director, a role that aligns perfectly with her steady demeanor and passion for agriculture and education. Her vision and commitment promise to propel Cooperative Extension to new heights, benefiting our community for years to come. Michelle's journey is a testament to resilience, dedication, and the incredible impact one individual can have on the lives of others. We are immensely proud to call her a Wayne County hero and look forward to the positive changes she will bring to our community in the future. Congratulations, Michelle.
And from J.K. team, we would like to congratulate and give Michelle Estrada from Gift for You.
Thank you so
Thank you for your
much.
compliment.
Who gave you all my secrets?
Your son.
Oh, that was like really, really good. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Now, thank you for what you do, what you've done.
Michelle, you and Jeremy got something in common now. Both of you.
Yes.
Both of you.
Yes, special award, yes. He's a hero, I'm a hero. I'm gonna go and shake.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, can you step down here with me just a minute,
Yes,
please? Chris thought he was probably gonna get away and not get this today, but, I wanted to congratulate you for
thank you,
being
ma'am.
our chairperson last year, and what a great job you done. And an inspiration that you offered me and the rest of the board.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
And thank you so much for December the 5th, 23 to 24. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
ma'am.
Chris.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's an honor to serve as the chair. As one of our former commissioners says, we don't always agree and we don't always see on the same page, but we always, at the end of the day, we get the job done. And I appreciate it. And I love Wayne County. It's been my life as a public servant, and I'm glad my constituents has chose to let me continue. So, thank you.
Thank you. Is our appointment committee?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
These are in the form of a motion, motion to reappoint Martha Bryan as a senior Tar Heel legislator and Sue Carter as the alternate, per the Services on Aging Director Paula Edwards. That's in the form of a motion.
Okay. Have a motion on the floor to appoint Martha Bryan as senior Tar Heel legislator and Sue Carter as the alternate. Place your vote. Everybody's vote come up?
Mine did.
Might have.
Okay, and continuing to appoint Jessica Drennan to the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, replacing Melissa Reese of Trillium.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor.
Okay, our next motion is to appoint Freeman Hardison and Dr. Joe DeMarco to the Wayne Health Corporation Board of Directors, replacing Kate Daniels and Dr. Anthony Ham, whose terms have expired.
Okay, motion on the floor.
And lastly, to reappoint Jonathan Holland to the Wayne County Firemen's Relief Fund Board of Trustees. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. All right, we will recess the Wayne County Board of Commissioner meeting and convene Wayne County Board of Adjustments.
We have to actually wait until 9:30 so we
Okay.
can go on to the consent.
Okay, for the public hearing, okay. All righty.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Okay, with the changes, okay. Have a motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda with the change, memorandum of understanding with WCDA.
And the appropriate budget amendment.
All right. Are we ready for public comments? Nobody signed up?
You might beat my record this morning. You might beat my record this morning.
I think you are gonna beat our record.
Well, we can't start.
No, it's at 9:30, so you won't. You can recess.
Do the
You can do county manager, and county commissioner reports if you'd like.
Okay. All right. Commissioner Williams?
Well, county manager first?
I can do county
Yeah,
manager.
okay.
Yeah, I would like to just say I always appreciate Jay's Kitchen for their sponsoring of the Wayne County Hero Spotlight. I just give them a shout out again for that. We really appreciate it. I also would like to congratulate Kayla on her graduations. Those are great accomplishments, and we're really proud of what she's been able to do. It's with a lot of hard work that she accomplished those. Also, we'd like to wish.
Have you got a picture of that?
No.
She does not. You got a picture?
No, she doesn't.
She does.
It's very impressive, and she put a lot of effort into it, a lot of work. When she'd leave work, go home and study and take exams and do papers, and it's been a long road. So, also, I'd like to wish all of you a safe holiday and a Merry Christmas. And that's all from the
Thank you, Mr.
manager. You're welcome.
Commissioner Williams?
Thank you. And congratulations again on
Thank
being
you.
our chair. I just want to reach out to all my constituents again and thank them for believing in me, that I could do what Wayne County needed in District 2. I also want to wish them happy holidays, and just enjoy this moment, just enjoy your family and remember what this season is about. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Daughtry?
I do want to point out that we have had a retirement that has come up. Craig Folt has decided that he will be retiring from his position at the EDR. We will definitely miss him there, and we're actively looking for his replacement. So if anybody has any ideas, please send them to Chip Crumpler. But Craig, you've done a great job for us over there at EDR, and we really are moving forward with some strong economic development policies, and thank you so much. Madam Chair, congratulations on your election as chair. And it's Christmas time.
Yes.
A time of year for us all to bring our families together and remember the reason for the season, and that's Jesus. So everybody have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Commissioner Aycock?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say that I apologize for not making all of the Christmas parades, but I'm kindly allergic to cold weather now. But I did attend part of them, and I try to do better next year. And congratulations on your appointment as chair, Miss Barbara, cousin Barbara. And also, most of all of us are blessed. And there's so many families out there that are in need. If you know of a family or know of someone that could use a little extra help, try to help them out. And, there's been several times that I've helped people out not knowing I was going to, and you receive it back 10 times. So if there's anyone out there that you feel like you can help a little bit, they would appreciate it, I would appreciate it, and most all of God would appreciate it. And like to wish all the citizens of Wayne County have a Merry Christmas. A lot of them will be traveling, and please be careful, because the traffic's going to be pretty bad, I understand. But again, everyone, Merry Christmas.
Commissioner Foster?
I just want to congratulate Mr. Dave back there on winning best overall with the EMS department with the best Christmas tree. I've heard that you've been bragging about it, and I just want to give you a shout out and let you know, hey, we see you. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this is the first opportunity I have to actually say thank you to everyone from this side of the bench, so to speak. And I was telling everyone, this is the first time I've really seen this from this side. Usually I'm over here. But I want to say thank you, just for a minute or two, for just a point of privilege. Thank you to my family, because this is the first time I had ever decided I would like to run for something, or felt in life, as we have transitions or God gives us seasons in our life, that this was an opportunity to serve, because I feel like I've served the last 28 years, serving children in our communities that way, and have an opportunity to serve them as well, and all of our adults in all of the county. So I really gave it a lot of heartfelt prayer and talked with my family about it, and put my name in the hat, and it was really surprising. I learned a lot. Having this opportunity, how the system works, the electoral system, how there seems to be a lack sometimes of people that want to do public service. That was really surprising to me, because I think we really do need good people that have their heart and head in the right place and really want to do this to help others in our community. This probably should be my dad's seat, because I don't think anybody worked harder than Mom and Dad to help me. A personal thing that I learned for this, and it's kind of piggybacking on what Mr. Wayne said with helping others, is sometimes I think of the movie Mr. Holland's Opus, and you go through life and you interact with people, and you never really think about it. You never think about what you say, what you do, your actions. But what was amazing to me is when I had this opportunity, how many friends, family, people just come out, even friends of my parents, that because they knew them and the seeds they had sown, said, Tim, we want to help you. So I would just encourage people just to think that way as you're going through your walk in life, that you're planting seeds, as kind of what Mr. Wayne said, that'll come back to you, or even to your children or your grandchildren, because of something you've done or you find favor in their sight. So thanks to them, the people of District 4 who voted for me in my community, and all of Wayne County. I know, as Commissioner Gurley has said, we represent everyone when we're trying to do what's best for the citizens of our county. This is kind of humbling for me, because I've never done this before. I want to say thank you to Mr. Freeman Hardison, who served this past year in District 4. Mr. Freeman has been very kind to me and is a very good man, and I thank you for his service. I think about people like Mr. Joe Gurley, who sat in this seat, and I knew Mr. Joe, so that's a personal connection for me. I think about people like Mr. DeLort Cotton, who's on the wall in here. Of course, it's Miss Whitfield's father, but Mr. DeLort was really good friends with my grandfather. Think about Mr. Efton Sager, who I know, and please keep him in your prayers, because he's not doing well. And there's others, Mr. Ray Mayo. There's so many people, when I look at from where I have stood with the school system and coming and working together 28 years. And as a citizen, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I'm looking forward to learning from all of you, because I really do need to learn, and I admit that, but I know that each of you, I'm hoping to get to know you better on the side of being a friend, but also that I can learn something from all of you to help me be better and to be a better commissioner in serving our citizens. The staff, from Kayla, congratulations, Carol, Ginger, Chip, Mr. Borden, Sheriff, Angie, and Andrew, and I can go on and on. I've had a really good privilege to be able to get to know you a little bit with my job I'm in now, and I'm really looking forward to working with you too and just helping as much as I can. Thank you for how kind you've been and how much you have helped me in just this transition and coming into this seat. So I'm excited just to be working with you and to help. So Madam Chair, that's my comments. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to everybody, and spend some time with your family, because that's really what matters. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
before those comments, we've got a new talker on the board.
It's the first opportunity I've had, but thank you for the point of privilege.
Commissioner Gurley.
Thank you, ma'am. First, I'd like to congratulate you on becoming our chair for 2025.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for the recognition for my service as chair last year. I appreciate it. It was an
Well
honor.
deserved.
It was an honor. Want to welcome Tim on the board. I think we'll all work good together. Like I said a while ago, we're not always going to agree. We're not supposed to. If all agree, one person's doing the thinking. So, let's see here. I'll want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We made it snow in several parts of our county this year. I want to thank Kendall, Phil, Ashley, Dean, Giorgio for constructing our 57 light Chevrolet. I told them last year we had and I mean this with all due respect, our elders that we had on our board had a little issue getting in and out, getting in and out of our sleigh. So I said, let's make something a little easier to get in and out of, and I think everybody seemed to like it. I'm getting there. But TMA was able to make one. He had obligations to his son, to other parades, but he made one, and he got in. He said, "Man," I'm a lot hanging out with y'all. This is fun." So
always know that places. That's kind of interesting.
So we had a ball. It's all about. I mean, my theory in leadership is you got to do the business, but you got to have fun doing it, and that makes it more enjoyable. I want to personally say in public, Guillermo Estrada, he received the Courage Award from Fox Nation, and for him and his brother standing their ground to protect the flag that so many people have died for us to have a free country. And I just want to say, tell him thank you. I saw him yesterday. He said he had a bone to pick with me. I told Michelle, that's Michelle's son, by the way. That's another testament of her leadership and upbringing. I saw Michelle at I think it was Sam's. She was doing another thing that she does, buying stuff for needy children and all. And she said she had to pick them up at the airport. And I told her, I said, what you need to do, get you a big sign that says Mr. Estrada, in the pickup line. Have your hat on, be standing there, somebody comes out. I said, but in the fine print says, Mr. Estrada, it's time to clean your room. But I just wanted to tell, just make sure everybody knows that we have a true hero, young hero here in our county, and that's Guillermo Estrada. So, thank you,
We do
ma'am.
that.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gurley, whenever it's convenient for you, you can reimburse me for my black cowboy hat that all that snow messed up.
Yes, sir. Not a problem.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I forgot to mention that at 116 South Center Street, Maximilian will be giving a small toy giveaway on Saturday. So anyone that's in need that doesn't have any toys, make sure you stop by. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, guys. And I would like to say congratulations to my co-chair, Mr. Commissioner Foster. Look forward to working with you. Saturday, we done something that's always very special to me, and that's laying of the wreaths of our deceased soldiers. Commissioner Aycock and I, it was very cold out there. But to see the people that came up and laying of the wreaths and the remembering why we were there was very special that day. And it was just a special moment, and anytime that happens, I encourage, I'd love to see the crowd get bigger. I think this year it was a little bigger.
Much bigger.
It's just a special, special moment. And this year, my children asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, I don't need anything for Christmas. Share what you would give for me to someone else, because someone else is in need more than me. Because I need to really get rid of some stuff instead of gaining more stuff. But it was enlightening that they were willing to do that. So I don't have a present under my tree, maybe to be under someone else's tree this year. And congratulations to your son, who is just amazing. I mean, what he does and everything. And we're so proud of him here in Wayne County. And I would like to remember also the shooting that happened yesterday at school, a reminder of these families that will not have a good Christmas because of what happened. And it's just unimaginable to me that a 15-year-old could go to the point of wanting to do something like this. And maybe, you know, something was missed somewhere along the way, but that was very tragic, and we do need to pray for that family. And I would like to wish all the staff a Merry Christmas and thank you for 2024. And I look forward to being your chairwoman and hope I can do a good job and everything. The first time I had it, I had just lost my husband in 2022 in December. So it was a tough 23-year sitting here before everybody and going through a lot of grief. So I'm hoping this year, 2024, will be a whole lot better for me. And thank you for the opportunity and the confidence in this board in electing me as your chairperson. And I hope we can have open communication and work real hard, because we got a lot of work to do to make Wayne County continue to be a good, great county. And thank y'all all so much for the vote. And that's all I have. Thanks, sir. I think we can go back.
One thing.
Yeah.
Bev, I'm sorry I missed you. Congratulations.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. No problem.
We're not gonna forget Bevis. I'm not anyway. All right, are we ready for the public hearing? Okay. All right,
Recess the board.
okay. I'm gonna recess the Wayne County Board of Commissioner meeting and convene Wayne County Board of Adjustment. Mr. Barry,
We got to get sworn in first, though.
I think we need to be sworn in. Carol?
Yes, first I have to, ask each of you to stand and you will take your oath, or be sworn in rather. No, they have to take the oath right now. And then I swear in Barry. Multitasking here. All right, place, I have to read the oath. Sorry, I gave them all to you and. All right, if everyone will place their left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I will say aye, and then you will state your name. I
Barbara Cox.
do solemnly swear that I will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the Board of Adjustment for the County of Wayne, so help me God.
I will.
I state your name.
Barbara Cox.
Do swear that I will well and truly execute the duties of my office as a member of the Board of Adjustment for the County of Wayne according to the best of my skills and ability, according to the law, so help me God.
I will.
Thank you very much. I will take your signed oath when the meeting is over. Hang on, Mr. Reed. I'm swearing in you and Anita Rouse. Wonderful. Can you write that down? All right. Please, oh, I need a Bible. Whoops. Thank you. All right. Left hand on the Bible and you name it. You do not know this, but, you need to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give to the board in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
right, good morning.
Good morning.
The case before you today is a special use permit request. This is for a daycare or a childcare facility. This is out on South US Highway 117 alternate. It's actually right across 117 alternate from Brogdon Middle School. There is currently a house there owned by Miss Anita Rouse. She wants to convert that house into a childcare center. The current zoning of the property is RA20, and so because it is that residential agricultural 20 district, it does allow for childcare facilities as a special use. So that is why we are here before you today as Board of Adjustment, is because of that special use designation for childcare facilities. The property is, like I said, directly on 117. They do have access to 117 alternate. Ms. Anita Rouse is present as well to answer any questions you might have about the actual childcare facility itself. At this point, of course, since no permits have issued, she has not opened, so this is not a non-conforming use. She's going through the process as needed for permits and going through all that as required. She will be a licensed facility through the state. And it will not be an in-home facility, it will be an actual childcare, full-fledged childcare facility there on 117 alternate. If you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer those.
How many children will be in this childcare?
Come on up. Just stay here.
Yes, ma'am. Based on the square footage, it should be between 35 and 45.
25 and 40?
35 and 45.
35 and 45?
Yes.
Would it be the ages?
0 to 5.
I see that this is directly across the street from the school.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there any issue in regards to traffic or?
No, sir, not as far as I can tell. I have sat in the parking lot and monitored the traffic flow. The driveway for the daycare, the potential daycare, has an enter and an exit, and it is adjacent, so to speak, to the driveway for the school, so it's not directly in front. It doesn't seem, the traffic flows pretty smooth through there. They have, what do they call, designated attendees in the parking lot to, direct the flat traffic flow in and out of the parking lot of the school. My facility will open at 6:30 a.m. and it will close at 6 p.m. So it's not necessarily going to be, an increased traffic flow at the time the school is being dismissed.
Could you pull up the site plan of, there we go. Okay, so you do have a loop drive.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, I think that our community definitely is in need of more child care facilities. And to have close to 30 kids getting the pre-K needs they're gonna need, I think that's a plus. I hope my board can support this. I support it.
Madam Chair, I commend you for taking a project on like this. I mean, from newborns to, 5 years?
Yes, sir.
And this county is in dire need of, we hear this from the base all the time, child care. And I commend you for taking this on, and I, if it passes, I really hope you have a success at it.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you so much.
When you plan on opening?
As soon as I can. I have no idea. After, I would imagine, early spring, January.
Early spring.
February.
Paperwork.
Inspections. Yes, sir.
You already have some candidates waiting to come in?
I do.
I bet you do.
I do.
Anybody else have any?
I'd just like to, Madam Chair, make a motion that we approve this.
We got to close.
You gotta close it.
We'll have to close up the public hearing first.
Okay, yes,
Close
okay,
public
absolutely,
hearing
yes.
first. Then
I
you can do it.
apologize, yes, absolutely.
Madam Chair, you might ask if anybody else wants to speak at the
Yeah.
public hearing.
I will. Does anybody else have any comments regarding the child care on Highway 117 alternate?
Is there a center turn lane out It looks like there's a center turn lane right there in front of us.
According to this map, there is.
Yeah.
It looks like there's one right here.
I can't
I don't
remember.
remember seeing one yesterday.
I can't remember it.
We were looking to the right, we were
The
looking
map
to the
shows
left.
the center turn lane, that's why I mentioned it. That would have helped with traffic if it gives it.
I think there is, according to that area.
Madam Chair, we did not have anyone to sign up to speak. So,
All right. Any more questions before I close the public hearing? Yes, do you have any questions for us?
I don't. Thank you so much.
All right. I will close the public hearing at 9:45.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the special use permit requested by Anita Rouse to establish a child care center at 3750 South US Highway 117.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to establish Miss Anita Rouse's child care.
Oh, yes.
Mine didn't come up.
it said you voted.
You voted? Says you did. All right, Mr. Rouse, it's been approved, 7-0. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go to getting some permits. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You will need to adjourn the Board of Adjustment.
Okay, I adjourn the Board of Adjustment.
And reconvene the Board of Commissioners meeting.
And I will reconvene the Board of Commissioner meeting. Okay,
Madam Chair, we go into closed session?
Yes, sir.
okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I cut both of you. All right. We got a motion to go in closed session?
For the same reason you went in earlier.
Okay, same reason we went in earlier. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
That's a billboard.
I adjourn the meeting. Thank you.